So this is where I got up to with the messages thing. So I should just be able to dynamically add messages now, but I do want to test that I can add messages and it won't walk up the whole thing. So let's see if we can do that. Messages push. I'm already tired. Rip. Do that after 5. No, how long does it take for each one? I think there's a max of 10 seconds, so 30. Let's move this down to 2 just so we can debug it a bit easier. More easily. I'll make this, what's the random timeout on that? 10 to 5 seconds. Oh, didn't change that. Rip. Okay. This is, yeah. Just checking. Okay. 10 to 5 seconds. Then we want to do... Let's just do 20 seconds then. E4. And we'll see if it does that. Not that. Not that. This. Let me add debugging actually, because it's just easier to see. Oh, it just added it. When was that, though? Let's make this 30 seconds then. Okay, added it. Oh, we'll just do it then. I see. It keeps evaluating. Oh, I thought that was set, you see. Well, that's... I don't know if that's... It's good for us. I don't know if that's gonna break or something. So we should just be able to add stuff on the fly. That means that we can have like a function at the start to populate our data. If something isn't available, then we don't have to add it. Which kind of makes sense. Okay. In that case, let us... Oh, the other thing I want to add real quick is a third parameter, which, if that exists, should allow us to set a color, and if not, select a color randomly. So if no, we'll just say color exists, then use color. Otherwise, pick a random color. So that will be here. So for instance, I could set white for latest follower. I can tell that highlight is slightly off, but I don't know why. It's off position wise. It's so weird. Oh yeah, we know that works. I do want to fix that highlight. Sorry, I'm yawning so much. Okay, back. So let me see if I can fix that highlight thing. I don't think I can though. I don't know why it's doing that in the first place. It draws the highlight. It sets it at the same Y location, so it doesn't make sense. I am minusing 1. If I make it the same, it's still the same result, I think. Oh, it's not. So it's just my imagination then. Great. Okay. I could have sworn offsetting them by 1 did something. Don't know why I would have put it in otherwise, but never mind. So I think we'll go for random color here. Twitter, we want the Twitter blue color, don't we? Not Twitch. I'm trusting that this is correct. But if it isn't, then it's close enough. Oh, it seems to be fine now. I don't know why it was acting up. Okay, so that's using the Twitter blue now. And it should always use that, I think. So that one changes, which is fine. Twitter should always play blue. 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 What other things do we need? I don't need progress anymore. I think Andrew said latest sub, but I don't know about that. I guess we can do that. I haven't set on my stream element stuff though. I'll probably have to do that for next stream. Do I have an IFE? I do not, so I can make one. I'll put it at the bottom just because data followers, const followers, await, get latest followers, and console log that. And also we can move this into here, so we'll wait to get the followers first, and then do that. Hold on, something, oh, I forgot the client ID. Data is 0 the latest one? It is. So let's say, for instance, these don't exist. Twitter will always be there, is the thing, so I think we should just leave that there. And then here we'll do messages.push latest follower followers dot data 0. Dot from name. So it should start with Twitter, which is fine. And then just get the latest follower and do that. Okay, well, until I get my, or change my stuff for Webpack, my Stream Element stuff, I think I'll just use that for now. I'm not gonna bother going through the authentication for getting subs, because the Stream Element stuff will have that when I get the session, so that's fine. So yeah, I'll just leave that. Let me make that live on here, and we'll get back to this. Okay. I think the next, let me do uptime next. I'm just gonna probably just pull the thing that I already have for my existing thing, because I don't think there's any need to remake it. It'll be an intermission as well, won't it? So that's fine, I can just reuse that. god, this was so long ago. Oh, I still have all of these flavors as well. Did I not actually use this? Oh, how strange. Where is uptime? Oh, here we go. Get uptime. So that does the normal thing. I need to change this. Calculate uptime. I can reuse that. Time display. I can reuse that. Okay, so we can reuse this, and I'll just take this and this. And now we need to redo this, or at least make it look acceptable. I need to convert this into one of these because that would be a lot nicer. All of this is the same. This needs to be changed. I think there's get streams now. Is that right? Get streams. What does that return? Started at. Okay. And this is the same, right? It returns a TZ, yeah. Oh wait, that's created at. What is it? What am I taking? Stream. Should created at. Data stream created at. Stream. Stream info thingy. Stream type. Stream. Created at. Okay. TZ. And this returns TZ. Okay, yeah, that's fine then. Let's do that because it will probably be preferable to use this. Streams and user login. I don't think I've specified my name in it. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't even really matter because I've hard-coded my Twitter in there anyway, so Rippers. Use login, the Firewire. There's headers. Oh rip, almost forgot to plug in my laptop again. Do not want. I think that if there's an error, I think, can we resolve it with I don't think that's the thing, actually. Can I just resolve it? I think that would be the easiest option. Just, instead of resolving with an error, just resolve with offline. I'll do that later though. So that is what happens when we get the uptime. But that's not what we want. We want to return an actual uptime. But at the same time, we don't want to keep running this every time. Do I start an interval anywhere? I don't. I don't think so. So how does it know to count up? Oh, right. Calculate uptime. That's check uptime. Okay, got it. Okay, well, let's do this then. Don't resolve. Okay, do resolve. So we just need to get start time. Actually no, get uptime, because as soon as I trigger it, it'll just do its own thing, right? So data, and then what will that look like? Data dot started at, I think. It'll be data 0 because it's an array. That makes sense. So it will be console log data 0 dot started at let's comment this out. Comment that out. Actually, just comment all of this out, because this isn't supposed to exist yet. Okay, cool. and that's never going to resolve, so that's fine actually. So that's when we have the uptime. Now what if I do bar street, calculate uptime, which is this, except we want to do date pass that I can't resolve from here though, so I think we need to make these separate. So get stream get stream, which is get stream, and then okay, so this will calculate the uptime. I don't think that returns anything though. Calculate uptime. Oh, I need to set uptime to true. And then this will go here. And then what is current? Why did I use that? I don't think I'm using that for anything. That's weird. But okay. Oh no, I'm using it here. My bad. Well, let's make it a const because I don't need to change that. So this is where in the canvas version it changes the uptime, but I think it's probably easier to, well, no, we can't do that, but I can check if this exists. If uptime exists. And should I make this an object then? Const messages. Object. Latest follower. Can I do this? Can. I don't know if we should do that instead. Because I think pushing is easier. I guess we'll find out. Does includes work in arrays? Does it work in deeper arrays though? If this was like carrot. Test includes cat. It doesn't know that this exists here. So it's not deep. But it knows dog is a thing. Well, I guess I could iterate over it. Or I could use filter. No, I only need includes because I need to return true or false. I don't think I need to return. Oh, you know what? Let's just try converting it to an object. I think that's probably the easiest way to do this. const spread or const flat equals messages object or object entries messages object console log flat. And don't do any of this uptime stuff yet. That's not doing what we want to do. Albister, what's up? Hello. Hope you had a great weekend. I can't do that. Yeah, my study weekend's not a good weekend. Oh, rip, a failure. Mine was alright. I pretty much did the same as you, just working on assignments and stuff. So not fun, but oh well. Does on 1:30 already return a promise? It does. Yes, that's correct. I am doing promises within promises. It was the only way I could think to do this. Wait, so say messages basically says stuff, say information does stuff. Animate shine is a promise of doing the animated thing that goes across. It does that 3 times. Then after it does that, it finishes. So I use the await thing for promises to basically just make it wait between each shine. Also, I've set it to 1, which is a very short amount, but I did that for debugging. I guess I could change that right now. I didn't. Oh no. I hope this doesn't break anything. Because I'm testing stuff right now, so I don't really mind what it looks like on the thing at the moment. This is what I was testing, wasn't it? So if I get rid of that... Okay, that's fine. Oh, and I need to... I guess I could have used a whole bunch of set timeout and stuff. I kind of wanted to keep it as centralized as possible without hard coding. Like set timeout, go to this, set timeout, go to that. So I don't know if the way I've done it is probably not the best way, but it's a kind of a step up at least from how I would have done it in Animate or something like that. Okay, that should go across 3 times now of each shine. So after the shine finishes, since it's waiting here, it'll then animate out and then resolve, and then it'll go to the next message, which is probably the latest follower or something like that. It's basically going through each one of these, animating 3 times, and then finishing. Which I think is the way the await key is supposed to be used, because you're making it asynchronous. But I don't know. Okay, so this is where we got up to. So basically I'm thinking of converting this into just this, because it'll probably be easier to check if I have an uptime object, uptime array already, instead of iterating through each one, which would probably work as well, but maybe this is easier in the long run, I don't know. So we'll just see if we can do that. Okay, map, object, we'll just call it message, no. I don't know, this is just a test, message test. I just want to see what this will look like. Undefined. Maybe I should use reduce. I think this will flatten it out entirely though. It didn't. Wait, what? Oh no, it is doing that. Okay. Let me run this in Quokka, because I don't know. It's easier. Empty string. That's not what I wanted. That doesn't work twice. Why am I doing that? What if I did... Is it val 1? No. Val 0. Returns that, but that's not in the thing. And that's still returning the thing in front. I need to use ACK. But where does ACK go? Well, that's all in one thing. Oh, there you go. They're all in separate, what do you call them? Arrays. Separate arrays. Okay, so that produces the same structure that we already have. And if this were on its own, because sometimes I don't specify color, could I just do this? I can't, so it has to be an array. Does it? Does it have to be an array? Can I check if it's an array? I'm pretty sure there's a thing for that. Is array. True is returned. Okay. Or should I just make it an array by default? Yeah, probably the best way to do it. Make it standard. I don't know. But I'm now curious if I could do it the other way. If val is array, then turn that, else would this work? Oh, it's not a function. That's kind of balked. Wait, oh, if val 1 is an array. And that's now the same. I don't think I'm using that right. Oh, I have to pass it in the thing. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't using it right. And it's val 1. Okay, so that would work. I don't know, I don't think that looks... It's probably just easier to put it inside an array. So I think we'll do that. And I could put this all into one thing, couldn't I? Okay, so let's do that. So that flattens that out. Which means that when I push the latest follower, I don't push it. I have to assign it here. And basically, just say latest follower is blah blah blah. Const. Okay, so flat is that. We'll just say messages. Actually, no. we'll call it flat messages because we should rename this to just messages since we're not going to use the other one. Flat messages. Flat messages dot length. So actually this way, it has to do a whole loop first until we see the new information, which I think is probably better actually, because we have to wait until we do one whole loop through this. If like something changes, for instance, like the latest follower changes halfway through, then it will just refresh on the next loop instead of changing it straight away, because it's being assigned into here. So that's probably better actually. I hope that will work. We can find out soon enough. So let's change how we push the latest follower, which is here. Followers.data. Normally we would just push it, but we need to check. It's not going to exist already because I'm not. Well, actually, no, it is going to exist already. Because if the latest follower changes, then we don't want to push another thing. So let's just make it a habit of checking if it exists. If messages latest follower exists, then messages latest follower equals, and we need to put this in an array, don't forget. Actually, we don't need to check if it exists. If it exists, yeah, if it exists, then we've just changed the name. Otherwise, if it doesn't exist, then we'll just initialize it here. So actually, that's fine like that. I need to change it back to like this. But I think the thing should work. It wouldn't have started otherwise. Yeah. Cool. So that's fine. So now we have this new layout and this. Now we can check if uptime exists. So all we need to do is if messages uptime, because uptime will be the key. So that was here. Stream will get stream. Check uptime is true if stream exists. Then uptime will calculate uptime, passing stream when the stream started. Micro! What's up? Thank you for the resub. My god, 2 months? Already? Oh no. The alerts need to be on top, I forgot. But thank you so much for the resubscription. I think you cursed me, by the way. I hope you had a good weekend, also. But I think you cursed me. Ooh. So basically, you know the other day how you accidentally unfollowed. Like literally less than a day later, I accidentally unfollowed somebody I had been following for like 3 years, which feels bad. That was not a good night. It was. I think you hacked my life. I don't know how you did it, but kudos. And they weren't even online. I was just browsing their channel, like, and I don't know if like the page hadn't finished loading or something, and then like everything moved to one side. But yeah, that happened, which is pretty sucky. I feel like Twitch should warn you if you're about to unfollow someone, because they do on mobile. Like, they ask, oh, are you sure you want to unfollow? Because I think if you wanted to mass unfollow people, they could probably just let you do that from, like, I don't know, your channel page or something, or like have a list of followers where you could quickly unfollow a bunch of people. But I think if you're doing it individually for each person on their, you know, actual channel, they should probably just have a, you know, extra confirmation. Because it's literally just one click and it's gone. So, I don't know. It kind of sucks. But oh well. I hope the blendering is going well. I'm really looking forward to making skin deep maps. I don't know if you've actually seen Blendo's new game. It looks amazing. By the way, if you're interested in like mapping and stuff, Blendo also maps, same Quadrilateral Cowboy. He does obviously all the hardcore Visual Studio C++ programming as well, which I am not, but he's using the same engine as Quadrilateral Cowboy, so it's all like Dark Radiant and stuff like that. Look at this, I can't wait to map in this, because it's literally just the same thing, like the same engine, so I already know how to do that. And then it's just, I think he was adding flammable items. Oh no, so you can shoot pipes, and then they like shoot out fire. And then he's just recently added setting movable items on fire. And I think one of the things he accidentally encountered was perpetual fire. So if two objects were on fire and next to each other, when one extinguished naturally and the other one was still on fire, they'll just keep setting each other on fire forever. Which I think is pretty hilarious. If we could do that in real life, I think we would be able to solve quite a lot of problems. But you can like jump up into like do like splits on the walls and stuff like that. I don't even know how that would be done in Dark Radiant. I'm guessing it's something like a trigger like area that you could perform that action in or something. I don't know. But yes, and that's gonna be super cool. Okay, where were we? Uptime, calculate uptime. The problem is we can't, I don't think we can make this, I don't think we need to make that like that, because it's not a promise, it's just a function. It doesn't, I don't think it returns anything. This will just say to do this. So here, this is where we'll do the actual thing. So this is where we need to do an if, because if it doesn't exist, then we'll be writing to nothing. So if messages uptime exists, then messages uptime equals readable time. So that should repeat that. This can all be same. I don't need to change any of that. This won't get triggered if this doesn't go through though, does it? So do I need to add this into a finally? Well, I can check that off stream, because the stream will go offline. Oh no, this has started already. Doesn't that need to wait until I get to there? Oh, that didn't even do anything. Oh, I didn't even need this then, maybe. I can just do messages uptime. I need to change that thing though, because I don't want it to calculate times every second. I only want to do it when we get round to. Oh, but that's a problem. If it's not, we won't know. We won't know until we get there. Oh, I can check that in up here, because this is where we iterate through each of the things, right? So I can just check if we're there. Oh, and uptime is 0 anyway. Great. But let's check that here. If flat messages I so it'd be 0 would be the key. If that equals uptime, then check uptime should be true. And then when it finishes, we can just set it to false. Why? We haven't even gone there yet. Is it just going through each of these? Oh, because I'm already doing that down here, aren't I? I need to take that out. Okay, so that should wait, but for some reason uptime isn't working anyway, so why is that? Well, probably a number of reasons actually, so don't answer that. Should only do the animation once now and then move on. Oh. Oh, because it's not adding the thing. It's not going to calculate uptime if check uptime is never true, but then it'll only add this if how should we deal with that? Because I kind of want to animate it going up, but at the same time, it seems pretty... Seems like this would be a bit of a pain to do. Maybe I should do it up here. Check uptime is true. Generate if title equals uptime, then name main.text. Can I just set the text like that? Pixie.js text. Can I set the text? I think I can. I don't think it's read-only. Main.text equals readable uptime. I didn't get any errors yet. It worked. It's not updating though. Has it been an hour and a half already? It has. Okay, so that's actually, we know why it does that, because we're setting it to happen once. We're not setting, we're not running this in a function to update that. So what if we call this function directly? What if we call calculate uptime here? And what if we make that means we don't need to make readable uptime a global reference, because we can return that from here? No. No, we need this to be its own function, because that's how we make this set timeout. That's how we make this function repeat. So we can't do that actually. But we can... Let me think. I can make a separate function to update. That feels kind of dirty. What if I just... up timer. Up. I'm timeout. Uptime timeout. That sounds wrong. Uptime timeout. I kind of like that actually. Well, it is a timeout. Actually no, it's an interval. Uptime interval then. And in this interval, do main.text equals readable uptime. And when this finishes, if uptime interval is true, then clear interval, uptime interval. I don't really like how dirty we're making this file, but I don't know. Also, I should probably make this only run every 1 second. Oh no, that took a second to do a thing. Oh, because it was... So let me set this once to run here, and then do it again in the interval. Will it skip a second? Will it skip 2 seconds then, I wonder? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it did. I don't know if that's kind of glitchy. Sometimes it repeats the same number. Like here. I can't really tell. I don't know. I'll have to keep an eye on it, maybe. It doesn't look accurate. What if I change this to updating every 500? Why doesn't this... Why isn't this accurate? Oh, maybe I don't need to do this, do I? Because now that's on its own. No, it's kind of out of sync. Slightly. I don't really know. I'm not gonna log it, and we'll just take a look at how it looks. Yeah, sometimes it pauses. I don't know why that is. I think for the purposes of this, it seems okay. I don't know though. Can't really tell. But I'll let chat decide what they think. I may try and refactor that, I'm not sure. Yeah, because sometimes it pauses. Can't... You know what, let's make it longer. We need to make this 3 anyway. I have to head off in a second because it's 1, and I said I would only stream until 1, which is about an hour and a half. So that is, I do have a nice full day tomorrow. I want to be rested up for that. But let's take a look at this. So it should do that like scrolling highlight thing 3 times. That was 3. And then on the 4th one it should quit out. Uptime. It is indeed. Oh, it's a second behind, but that's fine. I think it looks okay. Can't really tell. But at least it's only calculating the uptime every time that bit is active, you know? It's not doing it in the background. Because that's kind of the main thing I was concerned about, is creating a global kind of timeout interval that would just be doing stuff in the background that I don't want it to do. So I think that works. The next step is to get stream element stuff going. I will do that off stream though. I don't think it's that noticeable. Sometimes it just pauses for a second, and I don't know why. But yes, once we get the stream element stuff going, we'll be able to I'll webpack that off stream because it's got my token and stuff in it. Then after that we will be able to get the latest follower, so I don't need to use Twitch, the Twitch API for that. And I'll be able to get the latest sub as well. And now it should all be in its own little webpack thing, so that's okay. And then after that, I don't know what else we'll add to it. I was thinking emotes maybe, but I kind of don't want to do that. Maybe we could just do the most popular emote. Instead of like top 3. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's take a actually no, let's not. I was gonna say let's take a quick peek at how how it looks on top of the chat box, but I don't want to edit the chat box right now. But the chat does fade out towards there, so it kind of does nicely stand out a bit, which is cool. That was just a simple gradient I added to the chat box, so it just does an alpha gradient near the top. I think it's a WebKit gradient or something like that. Which looks kind of nice, I like that. This stands out in front of the chat box. I don't know if I should make the text slightly bigger. Maybe we should do that real quick. Or is that a good enough size? can't really tell. Actually, I think I'll leave it like that. I think it's probably... yeah, it's about the same size as a message. So that's fine. If the message is readable, then that should be fine to read as well. Okay, I'm gonna call it here. Sorry for the short stream. Well, it's almost 2 hours. So, I will probably be back maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. I have a bit of a busy week ahead, so it'll be a bit of a sketchy schedule. But yes, we will continue with this when I am next back. Hope everyone has a good time. Well, have a good week, and I will catch you the next time. Ciao!